Hey everybody, it's Gina Tebow, and I'm coming to you live with Maggie Van Galen and Keeno Ernest.
Yay! Hi, everyone.
So Maggie is the author of the Keeno and Ernest books, and they're great children's books. You want to tell us a little bit about it, Maggie?
Sure. So Keeno and Ernest is a series. There's 3 books in the series. Keeno is a very mischievous little monkey. He's my friend here. And Ernest is his best friend, who's an elephant. The general gist of all 3 stories is that Keeno manages to get himself into trouble all the time, and Ernest always has to rescue him. And along the way, Keeno learns some very valuable lessons about friendship and about some just general life lessons.
Yeah, which is awesome. I actually have 2 of the books, and I love them.
Thank you.
So Maggie, tell me, what was your inspiration to become an author?
Well, I've sort of always been what I called a closet writer. So I've always written through high school and in college. I was creative writing major and that type of thing. But I've always sort of seen myself in the corporate world, or I always had seen myself in the corporate world. So that was the sort of career path I followed. But growing up, my dad used to tell me stories about Keeno and Ernest, actually. And I remembered that there were 7 different adventures that Keeno went on. Pretty sure that none of them had morals to the stories. They were all just action adventure. Unfortunately, he never wrote any of them down before he passed away. So I had them in my head, and I certainly had the visions of what the characters were supposed to look like in my head. But when Luke, who's my oldest, he's 17 now, when he was born, I started making up my own adventures around Keeno and Ernest and telling them to him. And when he got into preschool, his preschool teacher, they had one of these days where you bring your parent in and they talk about what they do. And normally it's nurses and doctors, firefighters, whatever, more tangible thing you can do as a parent. So I went in. He said, "You have to come in, Mom, because you're the best storyteller ever, and that's what you do." And so, of course, right to the heart. So I went in and I told the story to the kids. Rather than telling them what I do, I told the story to the kids. And the teacher was like, "Oh my God, you so have to get this published into a book." It took a few years, but I kept going in and telling the stories. And eventually I thought, you know what, if nothing else, I'll leave a legacy for my kids in writing that my dad wasn't able to do for me. And so at least they'll have the story. And that's kind of how it started. And it kind of took off from there.
That's awesome. I've literally have goosebumps. Okay, so now will Keeno and Ernest have any friends, or do you have any future projects in the planning?
Well. So the morals of the story in Keeno and Ernest are based on experiences that my own children have had. So the morals tend to get older as the books progressed. So in the 3rd book, the moral is a little bit more advanced, if you will, than in the 1st book. And now that they're teenagers, it's a little difficult to get Keeno and Ernest to deal with some of the things that they have to deal with now.
Right.
And Keeno and Ernest don't age. So, but I have started, so they're probably, the short answer to that question is that no, there probably will not be another Keeno and Ernest book, at least not in the near future. But I am working on another project, which I'm super excited about. I'm co-authoring a book with Amy Whedon, who is doctor of occupational therapy in Rowley. She has a company called Kid Shine, And we are doing a project called King's Day Out. King is my dog. His real name is Koning, but that's Dutch for king. And so the book is going to be sort of King's adventures that he has, but he is going to be with a boy who has neurosensory challenges.
Oh, that's cool.
Because what we found is that puppies and kids with neurosensory challenges, and that can be in the form of autism or ADHD or any of these things that can create sensory issues for kids. Puppies and children have a lot in common. So there's going to be two main characters, King and his best friend, Ben, and they are going to go on what most people would consider everyday adventures. The first book is called The Car Wash, and the book is written for all children, but there are special tools that are going to be highlighted to help kids with sensory issues. So super excited about that. We're probably hoping, fingers crossed, for a spring 2021 launch.
Okay.
So, stay tuned, follow along.
That's awesome. And I think it would be good for kids who know kids that have these issues and maybe don't know how to relate to them in a way. I think it's an awesome idea.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm super excited, and it's great to sort of join forces with somebody who really has the expertise in one area, and then I have the expertise in writing, and she has the knowledge behind the sensory issues. So so far it's working out really well. I'm very excited.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me, Gina. This has been awesome. If anybody is interested in learning more about me or my books or puppets, I do school readings, and again, thank you so much to the community of Georgetown for supporting my initial adventure. And also, I grew up in Northern Michigan, so my homeland there has been super supportive. So it's been a fantastic adventure, and I continue it on. I always sign every book with "Always follow your dreams," and I say that twofold. One, because I think you should always have a goal in mind, a dream that you want to accomplish at some point in time. And there have been plenty of times where I have had to, put food on the table and venture away from this particular goal, but I always come back to it. I'm very fortunate in the sense that I am following my dreams, kind of living my dream right now. So yeah, I just want to say thank you, and, connect with me on Facebook or Instagram. I'm not great at Instagram, but I am there.
I feel like I'm the same way. All right. Awesome. Maggie, thank you so much. It's been great getting to know you and Keeno and Ernest.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Bye, everybody.
Bye.